The Smiths, The Fall, New Order, they must have been a real inspiration to you, or did you see them as rivals?
I'll tell you the bands that we was rivaling. Harry Inca and the Inca Babies. We wasn't rivaling New Order then. Pat the Poo Poo Train, you know, so Pat the Poo Poo Train and Exotic Dancing Ambulance Man, they was our rivals.
Oh yeah, I played keyboards on their first album. You had a rehearsal room at the famous Boardwalk venue, didn't you? And that's where all those other great Manchester bands used to rehearse. Did that help you with your songwriting ideas?
I mean, when we first got a room, our room was next to the Jazz Defectors.
Uh-huh.
And one of the greatest things about that was the Jazz Defectors, you know, you could hear it through the wall. So we just started nicking it.
Oh, yeah?
We started nicking their jazzy stuff, putting it on those. And then after about 3 weeks, we were like talking and playing pool, and like Donald Johnson or someone says, you know, we've been nicking a few of your guitar lines and things like this to stick in the Jazz Defectors.
Shaun, do you know the way to the Apollo?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm off for a chat with Hooky, so can you drop me up there?
Yeah.
Cheers, man. Keep the meter running, and I'll slip in the back door. And when I come out, I'll give you a bit more dosh for waiting. All right?
I don't give them money.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, 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 sha-la-la-la-la-la. There's one thing that I would die for. It's when you say my life is in your hands. 'Cause when you're near me, your love is all I need. Now I can't imagine. What do you want from me? It's not how it used to be. You're taking my life away, ruining everything. What do you want from me? It's not how it used to be. You're taking my life away, ruining everything. Give me something I can rely on. Far away from the life that I once knew. What does it matter? That's all I have to say. And I can't imagine. What do you want from me? It's not how it used to be.
Well, here we are now backstage at the Apollo Theatre in Manchester, where tonight Peter Hook and his band Monaco are sound checking, ready for a gig. See if we can find him. Okay.
Used to be. You're taking my life away, ruining everything. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la.
Right then, okay.
Yes.
Out of Monaco. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of what this programme's all about is Manchester.
Yes.
Why did people like me and you still live here when we've had countless opportunities to get away, first of all?
Well, I think the thing about it, first off, is that obviously I did a lot to Manchester. Yeah, and I've done it in the same way with the Haslam and Dry and with Factory being here and stuff like that. And, I mean, I think the thing is it's grown with you. It's not like you, I mean, I don't think you could ever leave Manchester behind, because when I go out now and I look around and I see all the bars that are open, you see the wildness that's Manchester. There isn't anything that anywhere else in the world could give you that you couldn't get here. I'm trying to explain to some journalist in Japan or something about how you could go down the Hacienda on a Friday night and there'd be the Stone Roses, there'd be the Spiral Carpets, there'd be the Shallons, there'd be New Order, Happy Mondays, all them bands there in one place, just socialising. And I do like it,
Yeah,
because we hate colonies, don't we?
I don't, well, with a parasite. Can we talk about the Manchester person? Is he something? Is he a bit of a one-off? This Mank character that we all have bits of.
I mean, to me, it's like a consciousness, and what happens is that you can bring people that aren't from Manchester, and they come in and they get the vibe, they get the consciousness, and then they do it, you know. It's like, God, you know, if it's over a ley line or something like that, it's just a centre. It brings people in, and it seems to bring the best out of them. Like this guy I was talking to today, he said, this Danish guy, he was saying to me, he said, well, why is Manchester gone very quiet now? You know, it's not done anything for a few years. And I said, well, what about Oasis? And he went, oh, yes, that's right. I'd forgotten about Oasis. I mean, you know, the biggest thing since New Order. I love the fact they're not as big as us in America. It makes me laugh.
Right, if I said to you, describe Manchester in one word or a phrase, what would it be?
Where the heart is.
Nice one. You can tell you're maturing even more as you get older.
Cheers, Shaun, for waiting and all that. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm off doing the clubs tonight. Do you still stay in touch with the dance scene yourself?
I mean, man, I don't really know what's coming. I know there's more DJs and more, you know, DJ stuff and that coming from Manchester and everything. You know, that DJs, there's a lot of big DJs come from Manchester, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Now, I know there's a big healthy dance scene happening in Manchester at the moment. Was it a big scene when the Mondays started out?
Well, there was no big scene when we started. The first few weeks in the Hacienda, going up to 84, just 7 people in a week. Then you get up to 1986, 87, and suddenly you've got 2,000 whatever squashing their heads in every second of the day. But don't get me wrong, it's one fine place, man.
The sound of Manchester. Once again, there's fireworks in the sky. As we walk down Whitworth Street towards that haven for the ravers, it's the Hacienda, the most famous establishment in all the known and civilized universe. Tonight, I'm going to try and get in on that Gezi into the Hacienda. Excuse me, can I come in? I was a popular keyboard player whose musical prowess was often compared to the likes of Rick Wakeman and Ray Manzarek. Right, here I am inside probably the most famous nightclub in all the world. In a couple of minutes I'm going to talk to Mr. Scruff, who's here to launch his new album at his very own launch party. Rock and roll!
People haven't heard your music yet. What kind of tip are you on as they say in the trade?
I'm just putting a little bit of every sort of music I'm into, the sort of music I play as a DJ.
Right.
That filters through into the work I do in the studio.
If we can use Chicken in a Box as one of your typical tracks, how does a track like that come together?
Chicken in a Box is very simple, there's only 5 elements in it, and luckily like the first set of drums we tried with it worked, and the first mad whistle noise seemed to work, and the mad robot voice. In the last 2 or 3 years in Manchester, have been hanging around for about 10 years, bubbling under.
Yeah.
I think it's just taken a few people to come through and giving a lot of people confidence, plus everyone knows each other.
Yeah, right.
And I I suppose all the record shops in Manchester are quite close together, so all the people who are involved in clubs are regularly exchanging ideas, and there's quite a friendly atmosphere.
So across the street, do a quick left and a quick right. We're in Little Peter Street. It's a cobbled street with a big red brick building on it. The red brick building is the Boardwalk. Throbbing with the latest high-tech stroboscopic light shows. Tonight the Boardwalk is yellow, a night which Dave Haslam started many, many years ago, and which is still one of the most popular dance nights in the town. Hi Dave, yeah, I've got your pint of beer now. Do you want somewhere quiet and have a talk about this nightclub?
Yeah, I'll take a break now.
Why has yellow lasted, for a phenomenal amount of time? It's just, how many years has it been going?
Well, all the nights that I've done have ended up lasting a long time, because I've always liked being a resident DJ, and I played at the Hacienda for 5 years. We've been here now for 5.5 years, getting to know the crowd, being part of that kind of club community. And I find as a DJ that I respond much better to that than turning up somewhere with a box of records and chasing the promoter for a few money.
And in your spare time at the moment, you're actually working on a book as well, which sounds to me like it could become something of a definitive book on Manchester.
Yeah, it's a book called Manchester, England. It's really just everything that I'm interested in. And it's more than just music, because obviously you have to see the music in Manchester in a much wider context. So it's a bit of a social history. That we have inherited a great tradition in Manchester, which kind of started in the 60s or maybe before. So a band starting now would obviously look up to Oasis. Oasis looked up to Stone Roses. Stone Roses looked up to New Order. And so it goes on,
New Order looked up to the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees looked up to Freddie and the Dreamers. And there you go. But, even as far back kind of as 150 years ago, in my book, there's a whole chapter about Manchester in the Victorian age. And Manchester was the first place where the workers got a proper weekend off. In every other place, people stayed at work until Saturday afternoon, then got paid. Whereas in Manchester, you tended to stop working in the mills and the factories on a Friday evening, which kind of gave you 48 hours of partying.
Because it also means that things have done a full circle in some ways, because where do people go now when they have a weekend off? They go down to Sankey's, which is an old mill, and they just boogie on, don't they? Or the Hacienda, which is an old mill.
That's one of the great things about writing the book, is finding how that history does keep coming round.
See ya, man. Right. Hey, it went down well, that moonwalk. Showed them the way to do it. So this is Oldham Street, the other end of town. Oldham Street, once the most bustling and upmarket street in Manchester. Then it became derelict because people couldn't afford the rents because it was a posh part of town. And then the Bohemians moved in. Hiya, my name's Clint and I'm a huge international celebrity. Yeah. Can I come in for nothing?
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you very much. Electric Blue is a night at Collider. It's run by two happening DJs, Justin and Luke, better known as the Unabombers. I dragged them kicking and screaming from the DJ box to ask them why they started their own club nights.
I think about 3 years ago, because the bigger clubs in Manchester and across the north generally were so big and became so commercial musically and in terms of everything else, I think the response to that was a lot of people just got bored and we decided to do their own thing, which is what me and Justin did 2 years ago with the Electric Chair, and we just ended up in basically a sleaze pit with, toilets overflowing and sticky carpets, which it wasn't contrived that way. We didn't think, let's do that because those clubs are big and shiny. It just happened. So many other clubs developed because of it. Loads of little clubs started because people wanted better music, less commerciality, more intimacy. It was just a general response to that very dominant, mainstreamy, ritzy type scene.
It's all happening within a square mile of the city. Everything, every club, every venue, it's all walkable. Whereas in London, you know, you can be travelling an hour to go and see a band or whatever, so it's happening there.
See, the thing in London, I think there's just, it is a little bit more affected. It's very self-conscious, where in Manchester, I think there's definite, I mean, people are very discerning up here, but people let their hair down and have a laugh. When a lot of couples come to London and go to the clubs up here, they're like, Jesus, what's going on?
Right, well, that's Collider in a nutshell. Time to get out of here. The lager's kicking in. See you now. Thanks a lot. Didn't know I still had it in me. Even surprised myself on that dance floor tonight a couple of times. And backflips. Made a right mess of my white kecks. So I'm walking up and down these streets and I keep seeing this bloke. It just looks like the same bloke on every street. I'm sure it is the same bloke I keep bumping into. Manchester. It's just one bloke, very well spread out. Considering I spent the night in the gutter, I feel pretty good. In fact, I feel annoyingly upbeat. It's a sunny Saturday morning in Manchester, and I think it's time I went to look up an old friend. Top DJ and celebrity person, you know, him out of Lion Rock, Justin Robertson. So I'm going to jog down to Didsbury and give him a call. Oops, I better put my kecks on first. So here we are at Justin Robertson's pad. I'm going to take him shopping. If he's in, let's have a look. Ah, Justin.
Morning.
Are you playing out?
Just on the table.
Okay, I'm going to take you shopping. So we're driving down a road here called Wilmslow Road, and you wrote a tune about this.
Yeah.
Did it inspire you? I mean, what is it? The students or the flowers?
I've always lived on Wilmslow Road, and I don't know. It's just so many. It's such a weird place. It goes from kind of posh suburbia, through like some kind of rougher areas, student areas, clubs, pubs. I mean, there's so much stuff going on this road. It's ridiculous.
A lot of the Manchester set, if you want to call them that, they live this end of town, don't they? Chorlton and
Chorlton. Yeah. I mean, I spend a lot of time in Chorlton actually, more than I do in Didsbury. But
was it a good vibe?
Yeah, man.
Good vibe in the area. Top vibe in the area.
Manchester vibe in the area.
I just made that up. That phrase just totally came to me spontaneously. We're still on Wilmslow Road here, aren't we? We're right in the middle of the university area now, so like surrounded completely by naked students. Is the student population part of the reason why the music scene continues to thrive?
Yeah.
Brian, the taxi driver's nodding away furiously. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, if the students weren't here, it'd be it is absolutely dead.
It'd be a cultural vacuum, would it?
I think so. Yeah, there'd be that break, But like the gentleman says, the students make the town.
Do you realise that this gentleman in the back is one of Europe's top famous DJs?
I didn't actually. I'm not into the modern day music, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Brian, have you had anybody else famous in the back of your car?
I've not had pop stars. I've had a lot of the Coronation Street stars, mainly Deirdre Barlow. Vera Duckworth, who's a lovely woman. Russ Abbott.
No, he's a good all-round entertainer, isn't he? Oh, yeah. Russ.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
See, I think Justin's going to end up like Russ Abbott. Is that kind of where you're aiming at?
A bald Russ Abbott.
So back to business then. We're approaching the city centre now. Where would you like to go to buy your first records?
I'm in club mode, so we're going to hit Eastern Bloc Records first.
Cool.
Yeah, that's where you got to go for your cutting-edge electronics.
Well, thank you very much for that little ride, and we'll be seeing you again sometime.
Just glad to be of service to you.
See, that's what Manchester cabbies are like. Top that, Londoners.
We're now in Eastern Block and we're in the midst of a power cut.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's check out some tunes and let's see what you've got here.
Oh, hang on. Is that a cold dust one that I gave away? No, can I have it back?
Look at that, the Reddies are out. He pays cash. He pays cash. Justin Robertson, having been ripped, walks out into Oldham Street, a penniless man.
From Eastern Block, we strode a mere 20 yards to Vinyl Exchange.
This boy's bustling with young DJs trying to get all the promos, you see.
Yeah, right.
But this is kind of the mother of second-hand record shops in town.
Right.
Mainly for sort of contemporary dance music, really. That's its kind of strength.
Well, you walk and I'll follow you.
Look for some rare Detroit techno. Now, that's a good record. Urban Tribe and Carl Craig mix.
So at this moment now, are you starting to get the tingles with excitement?
Yeah, there's a strange feeling stirring in me, I must admit.
Deep inside your loins. What about that one there? What do you think of that?
$2.99, it's holding its value there.
That is a bargain, that. $2.99, it's usually about 15 quid. Is it? Picture of me on the back of this. This is the Inspiral Carpets train surfing EP. What about that? There I am, in my ball head.
Look at that.
Well, it's like a psychedelic pitch. It's a bit blurry.
You're like the kind of Oldham Velvet Underground.
Exactly, yeah, the Oldham Underground.
Lawrence of Arabia. Fantastic.
Nice cover, actually.
Yeah. It's good like that. Yeah, there is no business like show business.
Oliver. It's a bit of a car boot sale on that, isn't it?
Yeah. I think this is obviously the bargain bin.
Yeah.
Films, soundtrack stuff. Oh dear. I won't be buying the Bruce Foxton album though.
That's a really good album, that.
Is it?
Yeah, Bruce Foxton's mum told me. Well, listen, I'm going to have to get off, right? So what I'll do, here's 60 dabs. Don't tell the wife I'll give you this, right? Will you get me some happening dance tunes, so it looks like I know what I'm on about when I get home? Okay. Is that all right? Can you sort that out for me?
Do you still want me to get that ointment for you as well?
If you could, yeah. It's getting a lot better now, the rash, but I'm sure it'll be gone within a couple of weeks. Okay, so cheers, no Justin. You're a good man. You're a man of the people.
Thank you.
See you later, brother.
See you later.
So now we find ourselves on Ducie Street, upon which is built the fine monolith and tribute to the music industry, which is known as Ducie House. It's a huge red brick building within which is 60 units. A lot of these people are working within the music industry, so in these walls we should find recording studios, clothes designers, record sleeve designers, but we'll go inside and see what we can find. We're up here right in the very top of Ducie House. We're actually in the attic here, and there's funky vibes emanating from this room here. Let's give it a knock. Oh, this is an heavy door. Oh, there's a whole bunch of musos in here knocking out some acid house music. Who have we got in here then? Who's this?
Well, we're Evolution and this is Sandy Ling.
And what are you doing? Are you doing some remixing for a band that you know?
Yeah, just doing a remix for a group called Arcana, based in London.
Why is Ducie House the place that you work from?
It's central to Manchester and it's full of vibey people and an artistic centre.
Cool. Right, well, thanks for your time. I'll get out of your way. See yous. See ya. This is the door to the Roadhouse office.
Hello.
And here we have a young lady. What's your name, young lady?
Debs Wild.
Right, and what do you do?
Book bands for the prestigious Manchester Roadhouse.
What bands are you booking at the moment?
We've got lots of local bands, plus we've got Embrace playing next week.
Cool. And at the Roadhouse?
We have.
Well, let me tell you, Debs, if I am ever in a band again, I would love you to book me.
Oh, we'll book
okay.
anytime.
We'll get on our way and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. The bustling corridors of Ducie House. Let's try this door.
What a beautiful sight. I'd not seen this many organs in one room since I attended an orgy in Oldham back in 1973. Yes, this was the studio of top techno pioneers of the Mank dance scene, A2A State. Just want to have a quick word to describe the room that you're in here. It's surrounded on, well, there's 3 walls, each of which has windows in it. It's a kind of triangular shaped room, isn't it? And you can see the Pennines over there in the distance there, just shining brightly above Oldham. And over that way we can see, over there we can see towards the Eyebrow family's part of the world, Burnage. And over that way is the city centre of Manchester, shining like the diamond that it always was.
We came in when it was just starting, when it was just floors, and we chose a little corner room with loads of natural light, loads of windows, and this just keeps us out of trouble, really. We sort of report in here every day and, you know, knock out a few tunes.
Darren, tell us about Mank swagger or Mank attitude. The frightening thing is, I know you would. What about you, Graham?
No, the sad thing is, we have been offered it quite a few times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've been offered to do this, that, and the other different projects, and because we've built up the name of 808 State over the last 10 years, it's like your own personal, you know, little baby. You don't want anything to go wrong with it.
Getting back to this lycra and spandex stuff,
Very much so.
Graham Massey, I must say that I see you as a bit of a fashion guru in these parts. I saw you the other day in a pair of strides. They were that baggy, they looked like 2 Billy Smarts gigs going on at once, side by side.
They're the shoplifting pants.
Classic. Alright, finally, one word or phrase to describe Manchester. Andy.
Wet.
Darren.
Lovely.
Graham.
Has possibilities.
Hello there. What goes on in this room?
Well, it's basically a writing studio for me and Dave Kendrick.
And you are Amos?
I'm Amos, yeah. I basically do all the bits he can't do because he's a DJ. But, yeah, basically just writing tunes for, I don't know, for anybody who wants them, really.
Right, in one word, why is Ducie House where you need to be?
It's just really nice. Everybody around here is cool. You know, we've got a record shop next door and, you know, another studio next door to that, and it's just great. We like all the people here. It's cheap as well.
That was a very big word with a lot of syllables. Thank you very much, Amos. See you soon. Good luck. Bye. What do you do in here, and why is there blood all over the walls?
We do body piercing.
Oh no, I'm out of here. Actually, you fancy doing a quick nipple while I'm here? See ya. With my nipples tingling, I made my way back across the city to the famous Boardwalk venue. Saturday night is Stone Love 2, a shining showcase for new local bands and a favourite haunt for Manchester-based A&R people.
Time in the sunshine.
So here at Stone Love 2, I've just bumped into Warren Clarke, who's a Manchester-based A&R person for London Records. He also fronts his own band, the Kerouacs, who are really, really great, aren't
Cheers,
they, Warren?
Clint. Fivers in the post.
Basically, what I want to know, Warren, is on a night like this in Manchester, what are you looking for in your capacity as an A&R person?
Well, gigs like this are a showcase, obviously, for Manchester's better bands. A night like this on a Saturday, the better bands tend to play
The better bands, so the Kerouacs won't be doing a gig here?
I think we've actually got a residency, Clint, but there you are. Yeah, I mean, Saturday night, when most of my contemporaries are clubbing it away in London, I'm here in Manchester, seeing, you know, hopefully the brightest young new things. And obviously you're looking for bands that just move you, you know, great songs, what Manchester's always been famous for, bands that just seem to grab people's attention.
Do you think Manchester breeds a better calibre of band than the rest of the country?
I think we've got a great track record. Excuse me, always seem to manage to bring out bands that just seem to sort of change the whole way that indie music, at least, sort of is viewed. You know, it's always bands that just make a defining statement in their field, really.
So it's 1997 in Manchester. Is this scene thriving at the moment?
I think there's a little bit of a calm after the storm. After the Oasis have hit so big and the influence that they've had on the music of Manchester, I think that what we're suffering from a little bit is the fallout of that, where there's a lot of young bands who are taking their influences from Oasis a little bit too heavily. They should maybe trying to find their own sound a little bit more. But I mean, there is a feeling at the moment, especially from what I'm seeing, that something's just going to come around the corner in a minute right now that's going to, again, just grab people's imagination.
Cool. So what do you think the next big thing might be? Do you think it might be something to do with blokes playing Farfisa organs with a big nose? For example. And an Oldham accent?
Possibly.
And then again, possibly not.
And being pulled out of the hat tonight was Mantraluna, the most exciting thing to come out of Oldham since, yes, Barclay James Harvest. I slipped past security and got an exclusive interview with these hotly tipped and strangely attractive young men.
Okay, the Boardwalk is rocking. The first band that are ready to go on stage in Mantraluna. I've just managed to grasp Marco and Nick out of the band. Are you excited about what's about to happen to you boys?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You're pretty cool buds, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fighting my way through the crowd just now, I saw a lot of record company A&R men. Are you aware of the fact that these guys are chasing you as one of the bright new hopefuls?
Yeah, of course, we're aware, but we don't like to count our chickens before the eggs have hatched.
That's brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Nice one. That's a bit of Oldham philosophy, isn't it?
Aye, that's it, really.
Proper Oldham
Proper Oldham philosophy.
So Marco Centori, Mantraluna, 4 words to describe why your band is so brilliant.
Listen very carefully. Now. It's 4 words,
Cool.
isn't it?
Give us a couple of your favourite bands.
Led Zeppelin, The
Doors.
Verve, Jimi Hendrix, The Verve,
Stone Roses.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, it's
Yeah, they're right for that throwaway pop thing, you know. You listen to it,
Yeah, it's that
bit like bog rolls.
It's that pop sensibility thing, right? Yeah.
Have a great gig, you bastards.
As those cheeky young upstarts flew the flag for modern pop,
I decided to pop downstairs for a little trip down memory lane. Right, so here I'm going now down into the depths of the Boardwalk dungeons and the catacombs that run underneath it. And this is the very heart of the Manchester music scene. Here are the actual rooms where people like Happy Mondays. This one here, this is the room that the Mondays used to have. I remember the strains of funky vibes and funny smelling substances coming out of that doorway many a time. And this is the one that I believe was ACR, a certain ratio to you and me. Here we go, and there they are, they're all still sat there, still asleep. And in the next room, this was the famous Oasis room, I believe. Yeah, this is the one, it says Oasis on the door. It says actually Manchester United Supporters Club, contact Noel. And right next to this is the room that the Inspirals occupied for several months, and where we wrote some of our cheesy classics. And the Inspirals practice room is now the file store because that's what it says on the door. This is great, this is memories. Memories. Da 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 da.
We lived in a dogfish head case, you could barely call it home. A sorry little lot, no roof on top, but the fish left us alone. Try a little more, said the girl next door, it's time to roam. Mad Lizzie crumbs, blind cobblestones are a sight to behold. She was a Romo slapper and we always tried to get her pants off when she phoned. Left a cat by the sink, it's not what you think, oh take me home. Now we know where we're going, baby. We can lay back and enjoy the ride. Taking the sights and drowning our senses. Love is the law, so take me deep inside.
Hey, that's who I need to speak to, John Squire. He was in the Stone Roses and now he's riding the crest of a wave with the seahorses. I think I'll give him a call on my Moby. Hiya, John, it's me, Clint. Yeah, Clint Boon. Right, now for a long time it seems that some of the world's best bands have come from Manchester. I mean, I can't put my finger on it, me, but do you think it could be something in the water?
I think success breeds success. That infrastructure can build up around the first few bands that break through. It must make it easier for each subsequent band. I know we look to New Order and the Smiths as examples of people that lived locally and broke through without having to travel to London.
Right, John, well, that's fair enough, but what do you think about Manchester in terms of the architectural regeneration that's going on?
I can appreciate the investment that's going on in the renovation of old industrial buildings, but I think I preferred them as crumbling relics. I used to travel into town a lot on the train from South Manchester, and I missed those sites, all the old warehouses and smashed up windows. And I've always had a bit of a fixation for decay and destruction.
John, hello? John, I'm losing you. Hello? He's gone. Oh, well, time for bed. Now, that's what I call a good night's kip. What time is it? Sunday lunchtime. I feel a bit peckish. Time to slam in the lamb.
If I should die this very moment, I wouldn't fear, for I've never known completeness like being here. Could we stay right here till the end of time, till the earth stops turning? When I love you till the seas run dry. I found the one I've waited for.
Still in the Art of Aincourt, some are in the Beehive Mills, and out with me now Lamb, Andy, and Lou. How are you both?
Oh, we're alright.
Okay.
Do you get a lot of them, like lamb and sheep gag?
Andy makes most of them.
Does he?
Yeah. The Americans are content in saying that you can't clone this lamb. You know, all the lamb cloning that they did.
Yeah, right.
That's the angle.
You're off on tour tomorrow, aren't you? Doing a little trip around the world. Do you find on these little trips that people want to talk to you about Manchester all the time?
I mean, when they actually don't talk about Manchester, it's surprising. The more usual thing is, what was it, on some weird trip hop from Bristol?
Yeah, we went.
That's what they call a trip hop from Bristol.
No, it's just this one club. We turned up to this club in Italy, and they put these posters out saying "Lamb Trip Hop from Bristol," and we were just furious.
And we crossed them out.
We just got the marker pens out.
And like future jazz from Manchester. And we always go when we aren't, you know, we're Lamb from Manchester.
Yeah.
And everyone knows Manchester. It's like such a small place, but like through the world, like I was travelling in Thailand, and one of their most popular magazines for kids is Manchester United Monthly. It's just so bizarre, you know, and they know more about it than I do.
So good luck on your world tour.
Thank you.
Your little world tour of the big world.
Again.
Is there going to be a record in the shop soon?
There is indeed, and it's called Lusty.
It's steamy.
It's steamy.
It's
It's booming out of people's systems.
Can you describe Manchester in one word for me?
Wicked.
In this heat, I start to wonder. I'm lonesome in this world. My hands start to long for your skin.
Just along the corridor, and just about to unleash themselves on the unsuspecting ears of the British public, were the Dust Junkys. Frontman MC Tunes had gone AWOL, but the rest of the band were here.
What's this I hear? It sounds like a dark side remix.
Now I was living in the pocket of a drug queen. 16 with a full head of steam. I mean, I couldn't live without the touching. And she didn't mind when a young boy came looking home. Cooking, yeah, I got stuck. I could not see the trees for the bush. Straight into rapping like a stock car racer. Learned to eat meat like a tame alligator.
So here we are in the Beehive Mill with the Dust Junkies, who are taking a little bit of time out from the rehearsals to talk to us. First of all, Dust Junkies, introduce yourselves. Actually, let me do it so I can remember your names. Sam Brox, Steve OJ.
That's me.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Don't think anybody else in the city is doing music like you lot are doing at the moment. Am I right there?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, definitely. We've got blues, we've got rock and roll, we've got country, we've got hip hop, we've got soul as well.
So you're a bit like a jukebox, aren't you?
If you want, you could put it that way. It's very difficult to describe. It's a new music.
No second thoughts, I was at the deep flower. Making me work out, so my legs set out. Showing me cheap tricks to keep me in bed. Both hands, wow, what do you got? Always a pleasure with a queen. I'm with her who needs a living it up. Living it up.
Make it a phrase to describe Manchester.
Well, for me, Manchester's the type of place that the race isn't always necessarily for the swift. It's for the ones who can endure it and actually make it to finish the finish line.
Right, so it's a bit like that fairy tale about the rabbit and the horse, is it? The rabbit and the tortoise.
Yeah.
I knew it.
But I also believe that if you believe in what you're doing and you're confident enough, it may not happen in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter how long it takes, you will eventually get there.
Living it up. Living it up. Living it up. Living it up.
My whirlwind weekend of musical mayhem was nearly over, but I still had one appointment left in my file of facts. Manc icons Bernard Sumner and Johnny Marr, ex-Smiths and New Order and now Electronic, were hard at work on their new album. I asked them if Manchester had always been this cool. Bernard Sumner.
I don't know, in like when the late 70s when I started to become a musician, it wasn't a cool place then. It was very sort of industrial, sort of gloomy, sort of rainy. Well, they used to call it Rainy City. Yeah. It was a really grim place in those days, and it's definitely changed around a lot, hasn't it? I mean, someone's spending an awful lot of money in Manchester in the past sort of 10 years. I don't know where they're getting it from.
There's not a hope while you're in this kind of mood. Too much to drink, but not enough to lose. You tore me apart. Now I've got to suffer. I wish I'd been around when you started this. Give me a chance, I'd show you what I could do. You're in a trance, I'm not so fond of you. You may be a friend, but not my relation. But you're the only person I ever knew. And it's too late to wash my hands. We caught in a trap, separate man.
About 87, I was in New York doing some stuff, and I was over there a lot. I was considering living in New York or San Francisco or somewhere. I didn't really want to live in England. And I came back here because I realised that where I was living at home, I was seeing a fair bit of Bez. I was seeing Jez from ACR and hanging out with Bernard a lot. And I just realised that I was being played more music by people, and people saying to me, oh, listen to this, listen to that, listen to the other, you know. Right. And it was also really so diverse because people like Bernard and, say, Shaun and Bez, they'd listen to, say, you know, an Oakenfold record or an R&B record or a house record, and then follow it with a Stones record. And it was like that generation, I think, of everyone in England, but I know it's particularly in Manchester, were wide open to all kinds of music as long as it was good.
A crossover sort of.
Yeah.
Multi-style crossover.
As long as it sounded good on E, then you were rocking. It was okay. It doesn't matter what it was like.
Yeah. Why do you think Oasis have now based themselves in London rather than Manchester?
I was speaking to Noel at that party the other day, and he said he got mugged by an 8-year-old kid in a garage in Princess Parkway. An 8-year-old kid pulled a gun on him. And
I think they've also fall a little bit prey to one of the negative things about Manchester, which is you'll keep your feet on the ground. Don't care who you are, you keep your feet on the ground, and if we have to, we'll nail them to the bloody ground.
Yeah, right.
And that can be good and bad. Because, I mean, obviously it's good because it stops people turning into knobheads, but it can be a little bit overbearing, really. But I've been asked over the years, you know, about, particularly in different countries, about the Manchester thing, because why is it there are bands like, you know, why this sort of whole line of bands from, you know, Joy Division, The Fall, Smiths, Buzzcocks, and you wonder about it. I know you've been asked about it before, and my answer used to kind of be it was because of the environment, really. I know for
I think because like in the late 70s, the environment used to be so awful. You know, I mean, the whole industry was dying down. You're walking around, there was these huge empty warehouses and factories like in Ancoats, where it's still now, and it was this decaying, ruinous city that you lived in. That there wasn't any sort of anything beautiful or nice to look at outside, so people would turn inside.
To me, what you did with your band, well, you did address your internal emotions a lot. In your lyrics, you were always looking within and in a real sort of open way, bearing your soul. Yeah. Whereas what the Smiths did, they did generally celebrate the environment, or they talked about the environment.
Yeah, I think in the case of the Smiths, we actually mentioned Manchester and places in Manchester in the lyrics, and it was very important part of the band's identity, you know. Right. I think we both had, one of the many things we had in common was we kind of knew what it felt like to remember being 8, 9, 10, 11 and sit on the bus on the way to school, and it's pouring down with rain, and you're sort of gazing out the window, because the environment, particularly then, was such that it was almost gothic, and you were going under all these iron bridges, and it was all these old Victorian kind of faded opulence, and it definitely lent a sort of a sense of like melancholia, really. Right. And that was like on the way to school, so it was kind of interesting way to start your day. Yeah. And Manchester was a really good place to daydream, I think.
But it's changed now, you know. It has really changed as a city, and it'll be interesting to see with new bands that come out whether that changes the music. Right. You know.
Someone so handsome should care. A jumped up country boy who never knew his place. He said, return the ring. He knows so much about these things. He knows so much about these things.
So there you have it. Watch this space. The beat goes on and the party will never stop. Me, I decided to get back off to Oldham to see the wife and kids. Taxi! Hey, Shaun Ryder, it's you again. Take me home, Shaun. Hey, but before you go, give us a quick one-liner to describe Manchester.
Manchester's a good fiddle player.
Right, well, take it easy, look after yourself, and good luck with your grapes.
Ministers and dresses. Go around some nice black people while I deliver this message. Kill the message. You do nothing but socialize and become a menace. Put on your Reebok, man, and go play fucking tennis. Can I get a witness? I said, can I get a witness? Okay.
area, in the special area, in the special area, in the special area.